Journey to the FarLands. Let's see, yes, I've got everything together here, so let's go ahead and dig out and head onward. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do things right here. There we go. All right. As we proceed onward, I'll grab my notes here. The world size report. We're starting off with the Windows reporting 496 megabytes for the world size. And Minecraft is currently reporting 499.1. So no matter how you slice it, we're getting really close to 1 gigabyte. Or half a gigabyte, excuse me. A gigabyte being defined properly as 1024 megabytes. I know a lot of people just say 1,000 is 1,000 megabytes is a gigabyte, and I suppose in a way, but properly defined, it's got to be on that this whole power of 2 thing, which makes a megabyte is 1,024 kilobytes. Kilobyte is 1,024 bytes, and the gigabyte is 1,024 megabytes. All right, that little bit of computer trivia out of the way, and I'm sure I probably annoyed somebody with that, because I almost always do anytime I mention it. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to annoy anybody. It just seems to happen. Anyway, proceeding onward here, we see some 4-block tall sugarcane. A bit unusual because when you grow it, when you plant it and grow it, it only grows to 3 blocks tall. And yes, that is indeed 4 blocks tall. All right. Now, chicken, if I only had the time, I'd cook your goose. I've never trusted chickens in Minecraft. And this is even long before I ever saw videos where Paul Soros Jr. referred to them as spy chickens. Because there's been many times, too many times, especially in the early days, my Minecraft experience, that chickens have been responsible for more of my deaths in Minecraft than almost anything else, even creepers, because they have pushed me off of cliffs, either to a life-ending fall or to a nice little swim in a local surface lava lake, things like that. Cows and pigs do a certain amount of pushing, so do sheep, or at least they used to. I don't suppose they do nearly so much now in the modern version of Minecraft, because the whole thing with their hitbox has been changed. But I've been pushed off of cliffs by more than one critter, and most of the time it's been a chicken. I'm not sure what the reasoning for that is, but it has long been my belief, say what you will about it, that the chickens work for the creepers. They are spies, they set you up, they observe your movements, and they also attempt to sabotage you from time to time. And if this sounds paranoid, you probably haven't been around Minecraft chickens before. All I can say is that if you ever happen to have occasion to be around Minecraft chickens, be very careful and don't trust them for anything. This was probably not the greatest move, coming this route, but I managed anyway. All right. I also have to say that I'm sorry for the delay in getting this episode up. I really did want to get it recorded and uploaded yesterday, and it was unavoidably delayed when I had a very bad case of, gee, I can't stay awake for 10 minutes straight in a row. And that's really a lot of what it was. I start to do something, or whatever I did, I ended up having to stop and sleep for a little while. And so I ended up sleeping away most of yesterday during the day and the evening, and so on. It wasn't very productive. It was, however, quite restful. And so I will simply proceed on the assumption that I needed the rest anyway. Anyway, also in that last episode, there was an occasion where I asked a question, and I mentioned a quote. And just kind of off the cuff, just off the top of my head, I said something about, okay, this is today, the trivia question for today. Who said this? And I was kind of a little surprised by the reaction in the comments. People seemed to kind of like the idea of the trivia question thing, and it seemed to go over fairly well. And there were several people guessing or stating that they thought the answer involved one J.P. Morgan. And while I have no doubt that a man with the reputation of J.P. Morgan probably did at some point in his life more than once say, if you have to ask, you can't afford it, I don't doubt that one bit. That was not the source that I was thinking of when I asked that. It may be that he did do that. I don't honestly know. I haven't bothered to look it up or anything like that. But, okay. The quote that I'm thinking of, and I have completely forgotten the context in which it was said, you know, what he was talking about when he said it, or who he was talking to, what the subject was. You know, he had to be talking about some particular specific thing or whatever. I don't remember. It's been a long time. But in this particular case, the quote is attributed to one J.R. Ewing sometime in the late 1970s in the TV show Dallas. And I just need to start watching where I'm going. That pit could have been a lot deeper. And this was the original Dallas, not the remake that I understand has been in production for some time recently. This is the original Dallas with J.R. Ewing, played by Larry Hagman. And for a long time there, J.R. Ewing was the one character you loved to hate. And he was cold, calculating, ruthless, and the one season that ended with a scene that showed somebody sneaking up on JR when he was in the shower and shooting him. The big question that entire summer was, who shot JR? And the thing of it was that every character in that program had reason to shoot him. For one reason or another. He had basically messed over just about everybody in the show, and every character, every person he ever encountered, he ended up doing them a raw deal in one way or another. Okay, here we go. And so, one of the things, by the way, about that Who Shot JR thing, I don't remember who it actually ended up being, but I do remember a bit of trivia that came out that when they were shooting that scene, just in order to maintain the mystery, when they shot the scene to actually reveal who shot him, they had every character in the show shoot JR, so that even the actors didn't know who did it. That was really cool. The only big letdown was that at the beginning of the next season, it turned out that the whole JR has been shot thing turned out to be a dream. And I'm sorry, that's kind of a letdown for all the buildup they had. It's like, oh, that was just a dream. That whole last season didn't happen. And so, anyway. But anyway, since there seemed to be so much reaction for the trivia question thing, I thought, just for the heck of it, I'd throw another one out there. You know, throw it out and see if it sticks to the wall. And if it does, it probably needs to be washed. Anyway, for a trivia question, I actually did look this one up. And I'm going to try to phrase this carefully to avoid giving away the answer. But Neil Armstrong, the astronaut, before he landed on the moon, he had dealings with a twin. Name that twin. And that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, moving on. We're definitely moving on. In other Minecraft-ish kind of news, Snapshot 12W50B is out as of a couple or 3 days ago, I think it was. And the snapshot now provides for Minecraft to have fireworks. They are craftable in survival mode, and you can customize them. They can contain several charges of any of the 16 colors available in Minecraft. You can put additives into them to cause them to burst or to make a creeper face or have a sparkly trail, a twinkly trail or whatever, and so on. I have to say, though, that, like, for example, in order to have a firework with a creeper face, you need to add a mob head to the recipe for crafting that charge. And the only mob heads available right now in survival mode are wither skeleton skulls, and they are rare drops. And, you know, I personally am not going to waste wither skeleton skulls on a fireworks charge just to have a creeper face. I mean, I'd like to be able to do that, but no way in the world, after it takes me 4 or 5 hours in-game hunting wither skeletons to come up with just 3 or 4 skulls, there's no way I'm going to waste one of them on a fireworks charge. And it's just like one of the ingredients is to, in order to get one of the effects, and I forget which one it is, you have to include a diamond. And while it's true that in my main world I have a lot of diamonds, I have hundreds of diamonds. I'm still not going to waste one on a fireworks charge. You know, I honestly think that Jeb and Dinnerbone or whoever really should reconsider that bit, especially the part about the wither skeleton skulls. The skeleton skulls, either make the wither skulls easier to get, use a different ingredient to cause that effect, or make mob heads available from other mobs as being not quite as rare a drop as wither skulls. Because as it stands now, I don't think there's very many people in survival mode that's going to use that. Because given how much difficulty there is, how long it takes, I honestly don't think anybody's going to use a wither skull on a fireworks charge. I'm certainly not going to. Anyway, end of that rant, and on to another one. Not that I actually planned another rant, it's just that they seem to happen. Have you noticed? Anyway, the fireworks thing is cool though, and I am planning to, if I can manage it, I'm going to try to arrange a fireworks display that will be in an episode of my Minecraft adventure in my main world that will be uploaded for January the 1st, or well, actually December 31st, New Year's Eve. I'm going to try to arrange to do that. I have a lot of materials available. I've got quite a bit of dyes to obtain the necessary color. I have chests and chests and chests of gunpowder that's needed. Paper is not a problem because I have like 2 or 3 reed farms, sugarcane farms, and in Minecraft that's what paper is made from, sugarcane. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm not exactly a technical wizard with redstone, but I think I can come up with a circuit that will allow for some automated launching and whatnot once I turn it on. And I think maybe I might be able to come up with a decent fireworks show. We'll see. I'm going to give it a good shot. Anyway, let's see. I think that's about it I had to talk about that was of interest, Minecraft news kind of thing. Well, no, maybe not. Another bit of Minecrafty kind of news is, now this is something that those Minecraft players out there might actually already know about, and that is that Paulsaurus Jr., the creator of the How to Survive and Thrive in Minecraft series of tutorials, has recently joined the Minecraft SMP server. And that's kind of sort of an elite group of people, some Minecrafters that have been making really great videos for a long time. And I think it's really great that Paulsaurus Jr. has joined the Minecraft team and so on. He's got an interesting take on things. He does things a little different than a lot of people. He's more of a minimalist, survivalist kind, I think is kind of sort of how he put it, if not exact words, but that's the basic gist of it. He's not a big-time builder and so on, but he's still a good Minecrafter. He's been making great videos for a long time, and so if you're not familiar with him, do check him out. youtube.com/PaulsaurusJr. He's got a bunch of really good stuff out there, and if you're not familiar with Minecraft, his tutorials are invaluable, really. He can teach you a lot in a reasonably short amount of time, and he's entertaining and sort of funny when he's doing it. So that's good. Anyway, now let's see, what else do we have going on today? Well, the sun is trying to get ready to set here, so I think out here on, what is this, another gravel beach? Okay. We'll stop out here on gravel beach, or, yeah, gravel beach. And we'll just dig in here. Alrighty. Okay, today went by kind of quickly, it seemed like, and that's fine though. Anyway, I think that's probably it for this episode. Let me know your guesses in the comments about the Neil Armstrong twin thing, and let me know what you think. And let me know what you think of the idea of the trivia questions. You know, if enough people like it, I'll keep doing it, because there's a zillion of them, and I'm pretty sure I can come up with things that are obscure enough that not everybody's going to guess them right off the get-go. And as always, be sure to stop by tinfoilchef.com/donate to donate to Child's Play charity using the chipping widget there. And, well, I was going to say something else, and it fell out of my head the minute I opened my mouth to say it. Does that ever happen to you? It happens to me all the time. Anyway, I guess that's a sign of my years. Terrible. No, it's not a sign of my years. There's just so much in my mind, there isn't room for it all. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.